What's up, everyone, and welcome to the General Bootstrap Business series. Man, I'm so bad at naming these series.
We know. It's okay.
All right. So in this series, we will just chat about what we learned and what we are learning, what we are facing, and what we are challenged by in the everyday life that we are doing business. And this time, I want to chat with you guys about a topic that is with us for a long time, long time, and it's hard and how you can actually build a meaningful product when you are not an expert in any field. And this is a issue that we have and had for a long time, because, as you, Marek, said last time, we are people who are generally skilled in doing business because we have like expertise in design, software development, working with people, like all this business stuff, but we are not expert in, for example, I don't know, medicine,
We don't have
biohacking,
domain
or
knowledge generally.
we don't have
Like
expert
the
domain
only
knowledge
domain we have
in
knowledge in is like building digital products. But then you like which digital product you should build if the only thing you know is building the product.
yeah. Yeah, that's the issue. That's the challenge we have for a long time, and it's hard for us because if you want to build a meaningful product, you have to know the domain. You have to know the people there. You have to know what's their problem, and you have to come up with a solution. And what happens to us is that we are good in general stuff. We see some opportunity somewhere, go to solve that opportunity, but then soon we find out that the solution we made is actually not the best solution for the people or for the domain because we don't know it that well, or we find that the problem is actually not existing there, or we find that I don't know, like our approach is not the good one. So like how you should do it, when you are not an expert in the field and you want to build a product.
Yeah, I would say like in general, you should become an expert in some area and then build a product. Or like more realistically, you can, go into some area, start building something, but really be careful about the fact that you are not an expert and your most probably your solution is not going to be something super cool, which is going to, you know, make millions of dollars or anything or make a huge company, but it can it can help you to learn about the area. And if you make the commitment and you spend enough time, working in some area, you will become an expert.
Yeah.
And then you can create some
Yeah,
awesome products.
I think we already had the problem with the commitment. Like we jumped into helping developers being faster, for example, and then in 2 months they're like, okay, fuck, this is not working, this is too hard, and we skipped to
Yeah,
another
like
project and another project
just
and
to give
another project.
a little bit of background, we were for a few months working on a like CI/CD solution for developers because we see like there's a lot of opportunities in that area, and I think we came up with something pretty smart. It was really cool, but we just needed to commit to that, be in that field for I don't know like 2 years and be okay with the fact that we are not break even, we are not making a lot of money, we are just learning about the field, and we didn't want to do that.
Yeah, and that's the problem we had every time, and we still do have it. And there are two things I want to say. The problem that why we never committed to any field, to any domain, is that we needed to make the money like quickly, like fast, because we didn't have a runway. So what I think is really, there are two approaches in general. I think first is to go and work for some really interesting company in field that you like, and be with them and learn on that, because they will pay you for you learning. And that's, for example, Thomas from Product Board does. And it's pretty smart, like being in a really innovative company, being in the best way, like in the first few hires, so you get like really to the core of the problem and work there, and you get like 10 years, you are expert, boom. And the second approach, that is our approach, because we don't want to be employees somewhere, like we cannot work that way properly, is to have a sustainable income actually from maybe contracts, from doing what you are good at right now, which can be for us like the general skill set for designing, development, and stuff like that, and doing a side project. And on that side project, be there for a long time. So you become an expert there too, or you will be you will build a network of experts that can help you with building the product. And also, another approach is to do and solve the problem where you are actually the expert, which for us is the general business skill set, right? So solve your own pain.
Yeah, but you can also, like, I would like to add to that this is the most correct approach, but I think we all like realize that usually, like, most people, including us, are not going to have this perfect approach. So, for example, just to give example of Veldre, I don't think this is the best way to do it, but it's also possible and it's going to work. Basically, when you discover some problem that you have, which we had, exactly these videos we are doing right now, we wanted to create this kind of content, and then one of us basically found like the high quality interview of Bill Gates and Trevor, basically, and we were like, oh fuck, how are they doing it? And this was the general idea for our business, which is like not perfect. It was just a small problem, but by doing Veldre, we actually like got deeper and deeper inside the content, and right now we are becoming like domain experts exactly by doing these kinds of talks. So we don't expect quick results, but it's sometimes it's just better to jump at it basically and like figure out like how to be a domain expert while at the same time like doing some contracts and working on the product. It's not ideal, but like I think realistically, like most people are going to end up somewhere like that, because almost like nobody is perfect, you know.
Yeah, like
So,
Yeah, it's
in general, like whatever you do, like whichever approach you choose, you will always need a lot of patience and a lot of time.
yeah.
And you cannot expect
And thus you
to
need
have
to
like great results from the beginning if you are not expert in the field. Like for example, if you are
Yeah.
working in a fintech for some fintech company, like as an executive for 15 years, and then you leave the company and start a new startup with all your domain knowledge and everything, then maybe you can expect like in 1 year you can have like a huge company or anything. But if you are starting with nothing, like you have to be patient.
Yeah, like us. Okay, we start doing business now, and in 3 months we will be rich. And then like never happened.
and yeah, but I would also like to add to that, to the approach basically where you go work at company for like 10 years, like one of the options we talked about. I think it's also important that you actually have to work inside this company with the mindset of actually wanting to produce something out of it and learn about problems, because like we always used our example, because we worked actually at fintech I think we for 1 year, Mark for 2 years, and we are always joking because like we are kind of not really experts, but we have general understanding of fintech, but we actually like don't have any great ideas for business. And the part of the reason is that we didn't actually like search for any, basically, so you actually have to look for the problems when you are working in the company.
Yeah, I also wanted to add that if you want to solve your own pain, you actually have to have the pain, and which is also an experience we had. And it's like, okay, everyone is saying just solve your own pain, and we're like, but we have no pain. And it was because we weren't doing anything. We always just looked for the perfect product to come to us, so we can see it, build it, and be rich, sustainable, be free, whatever. But it does not work that way, and it wasn't with Welder either. Like you have to start doing something, even if it's not the perfect like silver bullet product for your life and for others. And from that you will actually see the pains, see maybe pains in your own space, like your own flow, what's like slowing you down of your own work. If you are in any field, you will start to meet people from that field, you will get feedback on your product, you will maybe need to pivot, but it's really important to start moving. And that's also, I think, a huge mistake we did, is that we stayed on one place for a long time because we were just watching from that place and trying to find the product, but it never happened.
Yeah, I really like one speech from Paul Graham from Y Combinator, and he was asked like, I'm a student, I want to make my own startup when I finish the school. What should I do? And he said like, forget about doing startup and just do something else. And if you are really talented and if you are really
Uh-huh.
looking around in a good way, you will find your product, and then you can start your startup. And I think it's the same with bootstrap business or with any other business, like if you are not an expert in some area, in some domain, you just don't do it. What's the good word? Like uměle.
Like fake
Fake?
it. Like you don't fake it.
It's not the word.
Sorry, guys. There was a quick Czech lesson. Uměle means fake. For you who don't know Czech language, we are from Czech. That's why we have this funny accent. Yeah. All right. So I think just to sum it up, what we learned from our journey, where we are not expert in any domain, you have few ways to build a product that's meaningful and will actually make you some money. First is, and you have to pick by what do you like? Because as Marek said, first you always have to enjoy the journey. You will have to be patient, and from that the ideas and solution will come. So first is to go and join some company who are in a field that interests you, and be with them and learn on that. That's not our case, but it's a great way to do it, actually. Maybe one of the best. Second is to really start doing something you like, together with maybe having some contract on the side so you can like make a living out of that, and slowly become an expert in what you love, what's your passion, connect with network of experts, and keep going, and you will find what's important, what can be solved there, what's the problem there that you can solve and bring the value to the domain. And the third, is there a third? Is there a third?
There may be
I don't
something
think so.
in between. Like if you are able to do something not as an employee, but maybe doing a contract work in some area and becoming expert there. So, for example, for us, it could be we don't take contracts for like a general development of some web app, but we will do something which is related to content or online video, because that's going also not just going to make us money and living, but also going to educate us in the given area.
Yeah, cool. I think that's it. It's a cliche, but yeah, you have to enjoy the path. You have to be patient and be moving, actually, and you will find, if you are looking hard enough, you will find what can be done. Thanks for watching. There will be more videos like these where we talked about like general business discussion and things we learned. Maybe this one did not have the best flow ever, because actually we already shot this episode once and my camera failed, so we don't have that recorded or have it in really bad quality. So if you liked it and you like beer, let me know what beer you like, and let me know your opinion on how to actually build a meaningful, valuable product when you are not an expert in any domain. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.